isn't just that area.
But I think it is just that area. I don't.
You have something hitting the lines because ours.
I'm underground.
Huh.
Everything's underground there.
Yeah, no, but it's really good. When
Can
our
you flip the live button on?
when our whole AC went out and we had those couple window shakers plus every single fan and
There
everything
you
like
go.
that running, our bill only went up $3 for that month.
Really?
Yep.
I hope it'll be nicer.
It's so much. Our most expensive month usually is like $170,
Really?
and that's keeping our house at 74 degrees with original windows.
Because that house is insulated. Really, we keep it at like 80 during the day, and you can't even tell. We have it at like 74 at night. That's not. Oh, hello.
Hi, sorry, we were talking money and
Wait a minute.
energy. Well, yeah, he told us to flip the right.
Oh.
Yeah, we're live.
Oh, alrighty then.
Sorry, guys, I forgot to give you guys a heads up. By the way, we're live now. So,
Also,
hello, everyone.
my neighbor's a car guy and stopped at my house and likes my car.
Oh, that's cool.
That's
Is that the
Hi.
one that had the car undercover?
No, I don't know how he feels about me because I didn't realize that he owned the property next to me right away. And I went over there, and I was like wanting to know what was under the covers, so I peeled it up, and I guess he was watching me, and now he kind of intently stares at me.
Ah.
But that's his property and his car. But it's definitely a Bonneville, Pontiac Bonneville. It's in like really, really, really good shape too. I was just like, I saw the nose with like under the cover and I was like, looks like Grand Prix, but too long. Must be Bonneville. And I peeled up like half the cover and saw the 4 doors. I'm like, yeah, red Bonneville, really good shape. And I put it back down. And yeah, I guess like he like stares at me a lot now.
Yeah,
out
I
of
bet
his
he
front
does.
door. And I feel bad
Hold on.
because I didn't know he owned the property until I looked it up online. So
Hold on. Everybody being honest here. If he suddenly moved in next door to you and you didn't know it, wouldn't you stare at him for a while?
Absolutely.
Dude, you have loud womp womp
You might
guy
see
across the street
You
now.
might see, a camera get turned, something like that.
Well, and that's the thing, is like super slippery grass. There's now 2 definitive like ruts going that way from where I back out and drive forward because I have no traction, and even letting slightly off clutch, my car goes in my front yard. And then
That
goes
is
onto the
weird
road.
over there. Like, there's no
It's
road.
it's a grass field.
It's literally just a grass field. Like,
Yeah.
they have a grass field. They put a bunch of houses in there.
And so here-
nobody cut roads in or
Nope.
anything. It's just you drive on grass to get to your
And
house.
I don't know where my property ends and the road begins. I just kind of put my trash cans where I think it's accessible for the trash people, and the mailboxes are all at the end of the street. So
You can find the survey
crazy.
markers.
huh?
You can find the survey markers.
I have the paper one. That's about it. Everything else is gone because they had somebody before I moved in. They must have came and mowed, and they took all the little flaggies out.
No, we're talking about the survey markers, your land markers.
Yeah, little concrete things about yay
need,
big around with a little circular plastic piece on the top of them, right in the ground on the corner of your
Oh, I
property.
haven't noticed those.
Yeah, you
I've
might
never
need
seen
a metal detector to find them.
I was gonna
Oh,
say
okay.
I've never
Because
seen
like
mine
I
before.
have the paper one like that shows, and I'm pretty sure like the road there is like super narrow. But no, it's a guy who lives like a couple properties down the other way. He's got a little GMC Canyon lowered and everything, and we just ended up coming on the street the same day. And he's like, nice car, man. He's I heard you behind me. I think you got a turbo on it. I'm like, yeah. And he's like, that's pretty sweet, man. And I'm like, oh, thanks. He's like, you ever need nothing? I'm living a couple houses down. I'm like, all right, man, thank you. I appreciate that. So,
Hell yeah.
but yeah. And there's also a sweet Chevy Malibu wood panel wagon in my neighborhood as well. And also a house that has many Fords outside and one car under the carport with a cover on it, and it looks very small. And multiple 80s, 90s F-150s in the backyard.
None of them run.
Daly is, I don't think that he mows around them, I can tell.
Yep.
Daly is a newer F-150 that he has under the carport. Behind that, really like almost Miata small. I can't quite tell the shape of it. I've been trying to like analyze it as I drive by. I don't know what it
You
is.
should go
But
lift that one up.
it's too close. I was just looking.
Citrus County man shot for trespassing. No charges will be filed.
Hey, we just had the dude who stole the U-Haul over by my house
Yeah.
on the opposite end of Croft who crashed through the woods and everything. You had the Prius lady A chunk of her Prius was still on the right side of 44 the last time I drove by Croft.
And then there was crazy drunk lady with a .25.
No, that's Prius lady.
.251.
Yeah.
She had a blue Prius.
.251. Yeah.
She took
Her
out
open-
the Croft sign.
Yeah.
and had a
Her
piece of
open
it.
And then she
container
took-
was fucking box wine.
Oh God. .251.
60 something too. The woman.
66 years
yeah.
old.
She said, "Not today."
Well,
You
she
know-
was pissed because she went, listen, this was normal when I was growing up.
That was
Hybrid
what,
power.
Four times the legal limit. That's what
Running
it
in a
was?
Well, you ran in a Prius.
No,
No, back in the 60s, you know, a a 2.5 blood alcohol
Was
or-
passing.
That was, listen. You go straight home, okay?
Yeah.
I don't want to see you out here driving again tonight.
And that's the thing too, is like, you probably pull over and stop, and you might get the right cop that'd be like, "Listen, somebody needs to come get you,"
Yeah.
or you might go to jail for the night,
Yeah.
and that's it. Now you got court dates, multiple felonies.
Oh, no, your
felonies.
Your vehicle is impounded mandatory.
Well, I
And
mean, it's
I
gone.
think she kind of she
your
totaled
vehicle
it,
is
but-
your vehicle is impounded mandatory.
Yep.
You once you get your car back, if you get a hardship license, you have to get the shift interlock device, and all kinds of plus the SR22 insurance.
Yep. But you know something
Yeah,
I learned
so-
recently though about Florida? How many miles over the speed limit do you think you got to be criminal for a lockup?
I think
Like
it's,
go to jail.
I think it's 20.
No, it's 11. No?
35. You got to be 35 or more over the speed limit to go in handcuffs. in
Really?
Florida. Yeah. Yeah.
I know most states it's like 15.
I know. I found that out recently, and I'm like, wait a minute.
And
That's
like,
the minute
so
she
if
got
the-
pulled over.
yes,
If the speed limit
As soon as
is
she walked
60,
through the door, I was like,
Idiot.
"Are you fucking kidding me?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I'm like, "Where?" And she told me where. And I'm like, "Let me guess."
Really?
He was sitting at the one was sitting at the white church, and the other one was sitting at the brown church with the big roof. Yep. Every single day they're there.
and they're there because the speed limit is artificially low
Yep.
the whole way.
61 and a 45.
Ouch.
Yep.
In her defense, though, in that thing,
You don't even know it.
Dude,
know.
85 feels 20.
Bro, I
Yeah,
looked
you-
down in the truck. I always was real careful about my speed in the Mustang because the Mustang gave you a lot of feedback. You knew what you were doing.
oh,
The
that's
truck, I look down constantly, and it's like,
20
holy shit, I'm doing 15 miles over the speed limit. I better slow down.
no wonder everyone else is going slow.
Right?
They're
Why
not.
is everyone driving so slow today?
Oh
they're
no!
not.
Like I said, I am way more likely to get pulled over in the Altima, and not for doing Altima things, but just for going faster because it's so much quieter. Even the Altima is so much quieter and softer feeling than my car is,
But yeah,
and
she
my
wa-
car's not loud.
She
Like,
walked in the front door, and I'm like, "Oh."
yeah, she told me she's
Oh.
like I'm just gonna tell you this before Mike tells you.
Yeah, no ticket. I'm really, really surprised about that because it was a trooper that pulled her over, and that. But every single day,
Was it like just recently?
today,
Today.
at 3 o'clock.
Oh, and they're doing the southern speed lockdown thingy operation right now too.
But
Like,
yeah.
she got lucky.
between 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock for
Very
the last
lucky.
2 weeks, there's been one. They're right across from each other. One is watching this way. One is watching that way.
Is that what's going on right now? Because I've
Yeah, it's
noticed
the-
there's cops
It's
everywhere.
the southern something they're calling it. It's an Operation Joint Florida.
Southern, yes, Southern
Operation
slowdown.
we haven't made enough off of ticket revenues just yet.
Exactly.
So I've been driving very nicely, and I keep seeing people pass me. And multiple times this week, I've seen them pass me, and then not much later, they're pulled over, and I'm like, oh.
See, I figured out the secret on getting that car to backfire like my Focus did. And that one doesn't do like the burble, burble, burble. Like
It just
the
goes blah, blah, blah.
No. It goes, nah. His car, BAM! Fucking loud as fuck to where the truck behind me slammed on his brakes and backed up.
Nice.
No, it does, like, it sounds...
Yay.
Actually, I think it might be louder than his gunshots that go off. I mean, and it is one of those, like, even the window, like, if you get the window partly down, it goes... I'm like, ooh!
That's great.
Yeah.
That is
So down 581, usually between the time I crest the big hill till I get to Arbor, normally 4 or 5 times I can get a good... BAM!
that's the one thing I miss
think
about my old
Emerald.
FD was
Bam!
the fact that that thing would throw fire
Yeah.
and bangs at will.
Yeah.
Not super loud bangs, but it would just throw fire out that far.
Oh yeah, so
Not like the soft wisps up over the bumper fire. I mean, it was a solid. Whoosh.
Yeah.
Like a jet blue out of the back. Just
jet blue and orange.
the one thing
Like
about that.
and at night it was great because you could be like just flipping the throttle going through like
and see it
See
popping.
the
and just in
back.
the mirrors you just see everything behind you just orange.
Yep.
Orange.
I have found that there is one part on that road that is too high of a crest to the center, and I hurt something. I don't know what, but my ABS sensor, I'm assuming, because my ABS, traction control, and emergency brake lights are now on.
On which part? Like your
Like my
grass,
actual road.
your grass part.
Yeah, there's a high spot. I know to avoid it now, but like I went over it going to work one day, and it went. I'm like, oh, whatever. And then I turned on to the like tarmac, and I start going. All these lights come on, and they haven't gone away since. So I think I damaged something ABS related, but
Nah.
who needs? My traction control is permanently off now, so that's good.
Fun times.
I can't turn it on now, and I was curious about that because if you hit the button, nothing happened on the little screen. So like I left out and I kind of like romped on it and it went. And I was like, yep. That's off now forever. So I might just
don't
leave it
need
that way. No, I don't.
Happy accident.
Especially only with 14 pounds of boost, like, you know.
Yeah, you got to find that boost leak and find
Yeah,
out.
that's-
Yes, find the boost leak because I want to have another rip in it with all of the boosties.
I want to. I've only experienced it 2 times with full boost, and it was effing gnarly. And I really would like to, because like, you know, like full boost, refined tune, that's gonna put me like at almost 400 of the crank. So like that, the equation is a lot of fun.
320, 330 wheel.
Yep.
So, I want to be there. I want to be there.
I want to go to there.
Yes.
Take me to that place.
And then that's it. There's nothing else I can do other than ramping up boost more and potentially causing engine damage. Or my tuner told me like if I do methanol injection and E85, I can squeeze a bit more out. But like still just kind of like the superficial things. Like I think I might just leave it. So
That's probably a smart idea.
Then
And
you gotta run method E85. I mean,
yeah, and not for nothing. Like even with the boost, like you know, it's still a lot quicker than stock. Like it's
Yeah.
still fun, and the torque when it hits.
Yes.
Like so, yeah. I'm gonna
you
figure it
want a
out.
big turbo the truck.
I ordered my my boost control or my boost tester from Amazon.
I need a 10-second Ranger. I mean,
Well, I mean, it probably wouldn't be much work to put the Corsair turbo to it.
that's what I'm saying. I just, you know.
Just saying.
Well, there's companies, there's aftermarket companies that support
I know
those
there's-
engines
I know
that
there-
make bolt-on big turbo kits for those that aren't expensive.
Which
like,
that's
they're
nice.
not crazy.
That's like mine from BNR. I don't know if they do anything for the Ranger, but like
Mine's in the inside fridge.
everything met up. All of the like coolant lines, the vacuum lines for the wastegate, everything went right there. It was literally take old turbo out, much bigger turbo went in the exact same spot, bolted the exact same way, everything bolted the same
I know
way.
there was a kit for the
So-
2.3 Mustangs that had a new manifold piece that went from the head from the turbo, and it fit a larger Borg Warner turbo that it was also a direct bolt in.
yeah.
I don't
like-
know. I don't know in comparison to the Ranger, but I know that those Mustangs do come with a pretty big turbo, bigger than the stock one of my car. I don't know if it's different with the Rangers.
Yes.
Mine is
One's pineapple, one's lime.
mine's the orange.
Yeah. Okay. I just
Mine's the one from St. Augustine.
I opened that up and then I'm like, wait a second. I thought I saw. I just wanted to make sure. I'm like,
Yeah.
where the hell did that?
Dealer's choice, whichever one you want to
Okay.
do tonight.
But I
So
wonder.
one's an Aldi beer, or I think they're both Aldi's beers.
After the last Aldi beer you brought us, I'm not even mad. I don't even know what you brought, but you said Aldi beer, and after the last Aldi beer, I'm not even mad.
Yeah, that last one was that.
That's funny. That's not obviously not the Aldi beer, but that's what I had in my dinner at Pine Street a couple nights ago.
Like
was,
I saw
was a
this
lime
and
lager.
I went.
You did. That's right.
Brian's
did.
gonna love this, especially if Aldi's holds true to where.
Be tuning.
Right.
Yeah.
I wonder. Because I know, like, the Mustang comes with a friggin' twin scroll from the factory and everything.
What? Sorry, I walked into.
No, I was wondering.
Talking about
if-
Ranger turbo versus
yeah,
Mustang
I was
turbo.
wondering if Chris just got a turbo off an EcoBoost Mustang and threw it on his
Ancient
Ranger,
City
would it be
Orange.
performance?
It's
Oh my
totally
God.
different. I mean, it's totally different because I mean, hell, even with the Mavericks, like if you use like what was
The
it?
Corsair. The Corsair
yeah, but the
turbo.
Corsair,
Huh?
like one
Before
side,
you open yours.
like the Corsair one side, but then
I
there
can
was
only do-
also like
Health
you
reasons.
use other stuff like yeah, it's freaking crazy. Like you just. Need
I
to
bet
match
there's many,
everything
many
around.
clever ways to do that. So.
All right. Just,
Oh my!
let this one hang out.
Lanta. Oh, by the way, so it's
Well,
been
here, I'll go put it.
yeah.
um,
Because Chris
Are you
can't
going
have.
inside?
Yeah, I'm going
Put that
inside.
back in the fridge.
it's been unofficial. Oh no, actually, yeah, do that first before I go into more car shit.
So what I have here is from Ancient City Brewing in St. Augustine, Florida, and this is Augustine's Orange. Picked this up at ABC in Ocala when I picked up the last one.
Yeah.
The-
And I had to go out. I still have that one can left. I saw it and I had to go double check. I'm like,
yeah,
okay.
because like I said, they were both side by side,
Yeah.
and they only had the one left.
I love the can art.
Uh-oh.
Oh, there we go.
I love the can art with
Okay.
the sword going through the.
All right.
Sorry,
board.
it went
That's pretty cool.
psycho for a second. We had
Did
to
it?
adjust to.
Anyway,
Brewed with light malts and orange zest. Our
It's
August.
going psycho again. No, it's good now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Must be a connection.
what's the
issue.
bit rate at on OBS? Should be bottom right.
3240, 3078 KBS.
It should be good then.
We're there. I've got some drop frames. That's what's happened.
Okay.
Okay.
Drop
Okay.
frames 286.
Yeah, it'll catch up.
Yeah.
Okay. So brewed with light malts and orange zest, our Augustine's Orange Amber Ale captures the spirit of Florida in a can.
5.3 though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
5.3.
that was the one thing I looked at. I looked to see if it was.
Yeah, 5.3%.
No, I'm just curious. Malt and orange zest is what I was attempting to go for with mine.
Yeah, but then you made it 25%.
Yeah, because
you made a mead. Oh.
yeah, because you failed to take into account the extra
My-
sugars from your oranges.
That does kind
Oh.
of taste like Florida Man. It does taste exactly like it. So,
Oh my
So
God.
that tastes exactly like Dan's,
Except mine
lower.
had way more alcohol.
Yeah.
I unfortunately was having hospital
No,
I know
adventures.
you know, but that's
that
it.
was
That's-
right.
this is
Both me
exactly
and him,
what my
that
beer tasted
faces,
like.
the faces we just
That-
made.
that's
we looked,
it?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
That's cool. If mine had toned down alcohol, it would have been so much better. That's exactly what mine tasted
That-
like.
yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
This has a
Yes.
little more of a malt.
A
to
little
it.
more malt,
Yeah.
at the end. That's cool.
No, it's exactly.
That's so
That's why I was
cool.
like, wait a minute, I've had this beer before.
That is
Yeah, about
so
25%.
cool.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
We had the mead version.
Yeah,
of this.
exactly.
pretty
Yeah.
brutal.
Okay, I'm
But
happy with this.
That's
This
really good.
is what Dan's beer tasted like. Like it's
Freaking neat.
pretty much dead on is what it tasted like.
All right, so what was I saying?
I
got
don't.
distracted by that moment.
You were going to do something with. You were talking about something with cars.
I was gonna say I have a
Oh,
car thing
cars?
too.
I know cars.
You were going to talk about something with cars, but then you decided to.
1998 cars,
Well,
right?
well, I also have a thing about we talked about it last episode, but then it actually finally happened, so we no longer have the Focus. And
Yep,
so,
yep,
so
big
the,
girl.
I
the
remember
ST has
Better
gone
keep it
away.
in.
I cried a lot. Spring's like, "You want to take pictures?" I'm like, "No, fucking get in the car, let's go." But we did get a 2019 Expedition XLT that's got the 202A package on it, so it's got a lot of the upgrades and all that.
Very nice truck.
It's my favorite part, ventilated seats, which is
Fantastic.
awesome. Like that is the greatest thing I've ever invented. They stay permanently on.
Yep.
And the great thing is when you do the remote start, like regardless if you have the air on or not, those seats
They get
come
going.
right
Yes.
on. And
That-
it is amazing.
That was something I was mentioning to Brian, which I find kind of hilarious. If you buy the same year of my car, but the base model with the 2-liter
you
but
can
you-
get the heated seats in it.
and cooling,
Really?
but you can't in the Mazda Speed, even with the technology pack,
So there-
funky. But no. So what I was gonna say is it's gonna happen probably like not next month, but the month after, so September. I helped Zach clear out like his whole shop.
Yeah.
And his neighbor is doing a swap on his S10 using it right now, and then after that,
Is the chat on?
Do we need to do? Yeah, chat's on, but do we need to do anything like about the why it keeps on?
it's
around?
There's nothing we can
no,
do.
no, and on his screen it's going to be solid and smooth. It's just it's going to be choppy like that, but it's all going to be caught up and everything. And no, I've had the same thing happen. It's just the internet.
Yeah, so it's flipping between healthy and error. Healthy and error.
Well, here I'll shut off my Wi-Fi.
But yeah. So Zach bought a Skylark '70s Skylark.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, I
that
remember
one.
talking about that.
Yeah,
So
so
you had to push it for a little bit. Leave it in
yeah.
oh, the
middle
sketchy
of Beverly
shit.
Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's gonna be going in, and we're gonna rip the motor out and everything. His neighbor and one of his friends is gonna help, and then we're all invited to come out and do everything. But there's room for that to go in the shop, and the truck to go in the shop, and then make.
And then your RV goes to your house.
Yes, that'll be nice. But truck.
Yeah, you should do an update video on that.
I know. I plan on getting it to bring it to my house.
You know how many times on the comments
Yes.
I have to tell people, "Here, let me go ask Dan. Let me
I
go
haven't,
ask Dan."
I haven't gone out there and done anything.
That
I'm gonna
is
run
that,
again now.
that is our like highest viewed thing.
And
Like
I
we're
have
at like
room- and
35,000 views
Well,
on
I
that
have room
video.
for it at my new house.
And
but-
you have dash cam videos you should upload to our channel.
Yeah.
Yes,
I'll have
you
to
should.
do that then, because I have those. But anyway, the fully built 502 is going in the
truck.
Skylark.
Ooh. It's a 4-door, right?
Huh?
4-door?
The Skylark,
Yeah,
2-door.
2-door.
Coupe. The 480 and the 502
Mm-hmm.
and the Skylark.
Mm.
And that
That's
50
gonna be awesome because I actually know the previous owner of that Skylark.
Yeah, and you and I both do, and I think when she sees that, she's going to be freaking mind blown.
Uh-huh.
And also being somebody who has driven that truck, being a I don't know how many 1,000-pound K2500 4-wheel drive truck on 35-inch tires with 20-something-inch wheels, will pull the right front tire off the ground. That's going in the Skylark.
It's gonna be insane.
And that should be at least 500 and change horsepower and 600 something foot-pound.
Yeah.
There,
What
see,
what
it just-
what traction?
It just
Yeah.
broke again.
Oh, there we go.
It's coming back, but it just broke.
Internet's just being goofy. Well, I guess we'll swoop on to our main thing then, just in
Yeah.
case something bad happens. But the year 1998, many things were happening in that year.
Oh, I have so many cars to talk about. and they're all
There
from
was
Pontiac.
technology happening, fear of the apocalypse happening, cars happening. Just some of the most interesting things on this planet, but mainly the cars. And I think it was a peak time for effed up stuff to happen
Oh, it was.
with auto manufacturers.
It was.
It
So
was-
what started off this topic was the other day on my way to work, I saw a 98 Grand Prix GTP, and I was like, fuck, I love those cars. And I'm like,
Our Lord and Savior, the 3800 Supercharged.
is that exactly? I was like, you know what, like, and I'm like, that, and then the 98 Bonneville, what was still that good looking Bonneville, not when they went to that weird bulbous
Yeah.
Bonneville. It was the last year
Of the
that.
the SST.
No, the
What?
SSEI.
Yeah.
And
Is that-
but
are
it was.
you talking about the one that had like kind of the arrow-ish front
Yes,
end with like the
yes,
molded?
yes.
Zach had one of those
Oh,
actually,
and
we
they're-
romped the shit out of
Like,
that car too.
but they were, and my aunt had
Right.
one that was that dark green and all that, and dark green with the tan interior,
they
and
looked
it, oh,
so good. They
It was
did.
so good.
They had, like molded fog lights
Yes,
in it, and they had like
yes,
the
and then they went to the LS.
No, Zach had one of those. We beat the absolute
Mhm.
piss out of that car, and those were that whole era of GM is
No, but like
just amazing.
1998, you could get a SOP Firehawk Firebird that was absolutely crazy. You got fixed headlights with that thing, 360 horsepower, 360 pound-feet of torque, suspension all worked, all that stuff. Depending on if you got the Formula or Trans Am as your base of it, you were only up, I think, $3,000 to $4,000 on each of the things. So I think if you got the Formula, it was $27,000. If you got the Trans Am, it was $33,000. That was awesome. But then if you want something, even just a big coupe or 4-door, you got the Grand Prix GTP GTX with the SLP onto it. 260 horsepower and 280 pounds-feet of torque.
Front wheel drive.
In 1998, though, that is high numbers. 0 to 60 in 7 seconds. No, 7 seconds. Quarter mile at 14.9, I think it was. And that. And it looked really good. And he got really comfy seats that had good bolstering, and he had all the stuff on the
buttons.
thing, and
Lots
buttons
of
everywhere. Buttons
Big
everywhere.
buttons.
How many buttons should we put on the dash?
Yes.
Yes, all of them.
And I just love those cars.
Hey, I've got this idea. Put that button right there.
Here's what I loved about that series of cars. Like,
It was just all
and
Pontiac
when I say
at
that series
time.
of cars, I mean
Pontiac.
all of the GM front-wheel drive. What was that platform?
the J body.
The
That was
J
the
body.
J-body.
But it's one of those Pontiac did it the best.
Pontiac did it-
at 1998 was so coked
Pontiac
out.
did
It
it
was
the best.
amazing.
Because they were still acting as performance arm for GM. But all of those cars, they all rode probably the smoothest of
Yes.
any cars ever made.
And those 3800s,
Like they
especially the
actually
Series 2s
handled
or 3s.
fairly well for being as soft and squishy as they
Mhm.
were. But they were soft and squishy, but still handled okay.
But that was kind of like the last dying breath of Pontiac being the only division in GM that could.
Actually coming this way, and you have an 04 GTO coming at you at the same time, you can't tell the difference.
Right.
You can't tell the difference. Those cars look so freaking good, and
Well, it
then
was
I've
like I
seen
was
so
gonna
many
say
of them
earlier.
slammed and with wheels on them, and they. Oh.
It's the saddest thing about losing Pontiac the way we did. A lot of people don't realize, but Pontiac was actually poised and was of becoming the direct performance arm of GM. They were going to be the fun and excitement cars.
Yeah.
Everything that they were going to have from that point forward,
Was gonna be
all of
Australia.
it was going to be all new rear-wheel drive platforms.
Yeah, it's gonna be Australia.
That's what they were going to do.
Uh-huh.
They were literally going to be bringing everything from Australia over to here under the Pontiac arm.
Yeah, because
And we
like I
lost
said, in 04 we got the Monaro, and we got the Colt, and we got the Commodore, and we were about to, coming up into 2008, we were about to get the Maloo/Commodore Ute
Mm-hmm.
as the G8 ST,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that would have been so good.
and 2008 happened.
Yep.
And nothing else did. Speaking of crap from,
I was gonna
like,
say you killed that, and then also Saturn too, and Saturn was such a good company.
So I had an interesting pick for the 1998 car. I had a specific car in mind. As soon as you said 1998, I was like, yeah, that's the car I'm choosing. If this is another import, this is a car that came from another country. They brought it over here, rebadged it, reworked it a little bit, and went, here, have a performance car. The SVT Contour.
Yep.
yeah,
Slash the Mercury...
Mondeo ST.
Mercury
yeah.
Mystique.
The Mystique
The
ST.
Well, no,
Or,
it was
SVT.
it was a Mondeo.
Right.
No, but it was
Yeah.
also
And
branded
you
Mercury
could get the
Mystique.
Mystique in that purple color.
Yeah.
Yes.
But it was just it was a Ford Mondeo everywhere
Yeah.
else.
And-
over here that was an SVT
And
performance car.
I regularly see one around here. It's a black one.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's at Lowe's.
Yeah?
It's at
I
Lowe's.
see it like
Yeah,
a lot,
so
actually.
the Contour and the Mystique, that was the regular Mondeo and that, and then you got the SVT one, which was the Mondeo ST200 over
Europe.
in Europe
Yeah.
and that, and the only difference was there was a different front. Our front end was a little bit different, and it was kind of like the Focus, like our Focus's front end on it. Like their front end was just slightly different. But were great, and the thing was, is that was a almost full size car.
But
like,
part of that also had to do with.
but that was almost a full size car over
Over
there,
there,
full
and it was-
family car, and it was a
A
compact.
subcompact over
Yeah.
here.
Yeah.
But if you look at the trunk, like, cause my uncle, brand new, got a
Oh, yeah, you
'99
can-
Contour. That trunk space on that.
Oh yeah,
thing
you can fit a
was
couple dead hookers in there.
amazing on that. Like so good. Like where you thought the trunk ended, it went another like 20 cubic feet. Like it
Yeah,
was
like you-
crazy.
I'm pretty sure my pick has got a bigger trunk, though.
Could you fit a whole Mondeo in the trunk of your pick?
A good quarter of one.
Okay.
Yes. But the another import, yeah, of course. The 1998 Toyota Chaser JZX 1000.
100.
Sorry, 100. Why did I say 1000? You get one JZ of Fury, 4 executively big doors, with all the equipment you can imagine, including navigation.
But then
and
there was
climate.
there was different models of what was the JZX chassis.
Oh yeah.
Right.
There was the Cresta,
Yep.
not
the
the
Crest, the Cresta, the Chaser,
Cressida, the
Cressida,
Cressida, Cressida,
and then
which were basically the same car but with different trim and like
What
fascias
was-
and stuff like
there
that.
was one more, the Toyota.
Yeah, it wasn't Crown and it wasn't Century. 'Cause
No.
Century was the big.
Not the it's below the Century. I can't remember.
Well, that was Crown, but Crown wasn't on a JZX.
No, the Crown. No, what was it then? There's one more. Well, anyway, that's and even with turb skis and things, and simple in the time
And-
of everything
and
cheap, slidable.
manuals.
Oh yeah.
Yes, and yeah. Oh, Chris's.
Chaser.
Chaser.
That
That's
that was like that's my main pick is like the
Yeah.
Chaser.
Yeah. Chaser, Cresta, Cressida.
Okay, yeah, it's just the three then. Yeah, Chaser, Cresta. Yeah, you're right. But like the Chaser in particular, even a couple years after it came out, you could pull one for the U.S. equivalent for like 9-10 grand for a car a couple years old. Slap some crappy tires on the back, straight pipe it, and drift in the mountains.
Yeah, Nariato.
Noriato,
Yeah.
yeah.
Alexi.
Yeah.
I love Toyota Chasers. I think they're they're like kind of the 4-door 240 without the niche market. And very versatile, a lot of aftermarket support. You could still have one as a regular go-to-work car.
They're the Japanese Falcon.
Basically.
The
Yeah.
Australian Falcons. 'Cause
I
at
mean-
that point, that was the AU Falcon in '98.
Yeah.
And that, so
yeah,
you
it was still, that
still
was still the
had,
AU.
you still had, it was right before the Barra. Because Barra
Yeah,
was,
it was the Intec 4-liter.
Yeah, because Barra was
But-
02.
Fantastic
I
cars.
think it was later. I think it was like 04.
And the thing is like, even if in 1998, let's say some weird reason you got one here, you could still find parts for it because of chassis sharing and drivetrain sharing. And they were, like I said, they had climate control. They had heated
Well, hopefully
seats.
they had climate
They had
control.
navigation.
AC
The
was
closest
pretty-
thing we got to it here was the Lexus GS 300.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just.
But I'm not even certain that was a JZX platform. That may have been something else.
No, the GS 300 was the. It was like the Toyota Avalon, but they put a tunnel in it and made it rear-wheel drive, basically.
Yeah, kind of.
It was its own like kind of platform though. It shared with the because it shared with the LSs. So it might have been somewhat similar, but I don't know. I think the Toyota Chaser is a very iconic vehicle, especially in Japanese drift culture and everything. So that's. I guess that's still kind of 240.
Right now is a better time because the yen has been crashing against the dollar. So if you want to buy something out of Japan, now is the time to
now
do it.
is
Yeah.
the time.
I was gonna say, I want to hear Brian's, because if it's not what I think it's gonna be, then I have another car to bring up.
Well, for me, it was just kind of a weird time where you're starting to see the end of the super cool Japanese stuff. You know, like I said, the S14 gave way to the S15, 33 gave way to the 34.
And that's when everything started becoming ever present here.
The
basically.
FDs were going away, 3000 GTs were going away, like all of the cool
I think
stuff.
it's really cool Affinity RX-7s though.
Yeah, like I said, but I mean, like I said, everything was kind of
the end.
starting to come to an end.
I know, but that was also the point when we finally started to get Gran Turismo, the first one, so we finally started to actually figure out about those cars versus magazines and that, actually be able to play with them.
No, you know what's messed up about like the stuff like that, particularly me being the Mazda nut, is seeing this stuff and being like, oh, it's got the owl Mazda emblem. That's after 1996, and we didn't have that in America because before 1996, Mazda still had the ever-burning flame or whatever the hell you called it, but after that, they did the owl or whatever. So you'd see like a 1997 RX-7 in one of these games, you'd be like, no, wait a minute. It's got that emblem, and we didn't have that over here, over there, and you get the Bathurst RX-7 too. That's later, though. That's 2000.
Okay, Brian, continue.
then-
Sorry, he got it, Woody.
Yeah, you got me going Mazda E.
Like I said, that's kind of what it is, kind of for me. And you saw, like I said, the 2-door Imprezas gave way to the 4-door Imprezas. So
The GC8 Impreza.
yes, the 2-door GC8 is just perfect. But that was.
Best Impreza.
But that was also about the time that Speed Vision came about, and we actually got to see like World Rally Car coverage on TV. So that's when we were really able to be aware of 22B version of the GC8, and we started seeing Pug 205s and 206s, and it was an odd time because all kinds of stuff was coming to an end, but all kinds of other stuff was actually starting to shown here in America that we
But can
didn't
we
see
also
before.
talk about the Focus Rally car?
Yes.
Was
Well,
that was that 98 or 99?
No,
99.
that's going to be Focus is 2000 up.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
yeah, because that was after Colin McRae left Subaru.
Yep.
Colin McRae and Nikki Grist were driving. Focus.
Oh,
But you did
but
get
so, anyway,
you got some
so-
sweet. It's another day, another story.
I know,
kind of
I
thing.
know, but
and
oh,
we've
God
talked
damn,
about some
people
of those
get-
before.
people
Actually, too.
talk shit about those cars. Like, God damn, does Z-Tech not?
But no, you're really like.
Well, and here's the thing now. Now you talk
think
about
about America
but you
being
talk,
exposed
but you
to
also
it,
talk
though,
about
really.
1998.
Mm-hmm.
25 years. Last year was 25 years for 1998.
And that's what we're starting to see a lot of influx of.
But that's like I said,
things, yeah.
S15s and R34s are like really the new hotness that are coming across in
Your
waves.
Those have dropped off a
But
lot.
here's the
not that much. So.
but here's the thing. But here's the thing. Well, there's
Brian doesn't have one yet, so
There's
not
still-
that much.
there's still
We'll
30
find them.
there's still 34s that are waiting to become legal that are sitting in warehouses in Japan.
Correct.
So they're coming. But I really think that fast forwarding 25 years later now for 98 and 99, we're going to start kind of seeing the end of all of the everybody's got to have this from Japan. Because
after that, it's
because after this,
it's-
'cause after-
we got the same exact thing.
we pretty much got
Yep.
the same thing. Yes, you could get a G35 that's called a Skyline with a steering wheel on the other side, but it's basically the same thing. But it's the
who
same
wants
thing.
it?
Exactly.
Who's going to import that?
Exactly.
I think at this point, it's
It'll-
going.
it'll be
it's
K
not-
cars.
No,
It'll be
it's
K
not-
cars.
It's either going to be that, or we're gonna say, forget everybody going. I need a car from Japan. Now it's
Australia and Europe.
Yep, Australia and Europe. It's going to be because now you're getting into those crazy fucking Barra-powered Australian.
Still got
Well, no, but like coming up, you're getting
I
all
want a
that.
Ford territory.
Like you're
I
getting,
really want one.
But you're getting into that. You're going to be able to get like
Turbo Barra all-wheel drive
the-
SUV. Hell yeah.
Yes.
all the European cars that we grew up watching on Top Gear that are finally.
Well, look
legal
at
to
look
be
at
able
all
to
the
be
look at all
imported.
the ROW Porsches that are making their way here
Yeah.
too. Like there's so many of them just flooding into.
But
the
that's going to be
market.
true. There's going to be so
Like,
many,
I'm
especially like all of the weird little compact Mercedes and stuff
Yes.
that we didn't get.
I'm really surprised
Yeah.
there hasn't
All
been
of, like, the
more
Twingos.
Sierra. Like there hasn't been more Sierra like imports.
Well, the Sierras have kind of
They've been
because we kind
fizzling.
of have the car here.
I know, but just
But they're facing the same issue keeping those cars there that we're facing keeping these cars here.
Correct.
It's parts.
Yep.
yeah.
One they rust, and,
Oh,
and
yeah.
the ones in England rust
Worse
way
than-
faster.
And,
Like
and then the other 70% of the people are actually racing them.
yeah,
And then you got these. There's actually a. That's funny you mentioned that. There's actually a really big Sierra, not following, but like I don't know what you would call it, but over in the UK where they're trying to replicate parts, and there's a few guys that have different garages out there that have been using the metal 3D printers and recreating a lot of parts for those cars because they still are very widely used.
Oh, yeah, they
in
are.
a racing setting.
and as far as racing goes,
and
there's a
you're
lot of
standard
people that will
enthusiasts on top
come
of that.
here and buy a North American spec
yeah.
XR4 Ti. Even though it's left-hand drive, it's because they can still find some.
The ones that aren't being kept safe for racing all got stolen to be used as getaway cars.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know,
True.
like I said,
Remember, there's still one car that was a legendary car because of the number plate on it that they never caught. They never found the guys. It was a team of 4 that were robbing banks and hopping into this car and disappearing from
and that's
across
the
the
funny
horizon.
thing is like over in a lot of places. Oh, the gecko. Sorry. A lot of over there.
Oh.
A lot of places in Europe. It's a lot easier to look up reg plates in Europe than it is to look up a license plate here. It's not like you got to go into some Google service or whatever search engine, go license plate search in Florida, and then have to pay some fee. There's literally like a very big database in the mass of Europe that you can go online for free and type in somebody's reg plate and then get all of the info off of that.
Well, that's the thing. The registration plate is attached to the car.
yeah,
Forever.
like California.
If I sell that car,
The reg
Yeah,
plate
the
goes with
the
it.
reg
has to
plate
go
goes
with it.
with
Correct.
it.
With your MOT.
Right.
And that's why when people are like, oh, there's only like
Them-
a month
them
left
dudes-
of MOT, that's why the
Them
car's so
dudes were
fucking cheap.
smart and very evasive and use a rad car as well. What a great
I'm
time.
surprised you
What a
didn't bring
great
up any BMW shit from.
What's there to
I mean,
bring
what
up?
do you- I
Chris
was gonna say,
Bengal ass? '98 was about the time that Chris Bangle started working with him and started putting the ass on the back of that car.
I'm glad that that's the direct thing he went to, though.
And other than a few small trim
You mean the
differences,
Z8?
and a
100,000 plus. You know what I got?
It's the James Bond car. No, it's not.
no, it was their modern interpretation of a BMW 507. They were trying to copy Alfred Gort's, but they just missed the mark a little bit.
Well, that's because Chris Bangle was there and he went, listen, everything looks great, but we need to make the ass of this car a lot
what
bigger.
about the clown shoe? Because that started in '98.
Did it?
Because the Z3 M3, the convertible, was '97. I think the clown shoe started in '98, or was it '99?
You talking about the Z3?
Yeah. Well, the Z3 started in '95.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the M3,
The clown shoe.
the clown shoe. Because the first time we saw the Z3 was GoldenEye. And that was the one time that James Bond did.
Z3?
That was the Z8.
That was the Z8.
No, the first Z3. GoldenEye.
1998, correct. January of 1998, the
What the-
Z3 clown shoe was created.
But no, GoldenEye, James Bond with Pierce Brosnan, 1995. The hero car was a Z3. It was not a
I disagree,
Z8.
sir. I disagree.
Google. Somebody else do it, so I don't have. So I'm not gonna be. Hey, look
What?
up. GoldenEye, James Bond, 1995. Hero car.
Sir, in GoldenEye, he drove an Aston Martin.
No, not.
Yeah.
Wait, you said GoldenEye?
Yeah.
No, he had a fucking DB5, didn't he?
Yeah,
Not
he had a
GoldenEye.
DB5.
Shit. What
Yes,
was
a
that?
silver DB5, right?
Not fucking GoldenEye.
You're
GoldenEye, the
thinking
video game
of-
came out.
He had a Z8 though.
Never Say Die. Not Never Say Die. That's fucking Black
He
Sabbath.
didn't have
Tomorrow
no,
We Don't Die.
No, he didn't have a clown
Everybody
shoe. He had
Dies.
a Z8. He had
What?
a silver Z8.
What was the fucking first Pierce Brosnan one? God damn it! Now I'm
That was
Die Another Day.
the Z8.
Thank
From
you.
that
the silver
movie.
Z8. Yes.
No. What was the first bird? No.
Honked again. Hi. Sorry. I have to tinkle. I'm fairly certain it's a Z8.
Okay, now I'm googling what Dan just said. Pierce Brosnan's first 007 movie.
It's Brosnan, not
Nah,
Brosnan.
same thing. GoldenEye. Yeah. Yeah, 1995. Not gold, remember? Or whatever. Anyway. Oh. Sorry guys, hold on. I got this. Yeah, because it was a video game. It came out in 1995. A video game.
I don't remember him driving a Z3 in GoldenEye. But I guess he did.
Did he?
Yeah,
Did he?
I guess he did.
I was right. I was right. I'm dead. Look at me. See, yeah, but it was the silver with the gray interior. But that was it. Actually,
Actually, it wasn't silver, though. It was that bluish color that they had. I'm looking at the picture right here.
okay. I'm gonna go jump off the cliff.
Right here.
I know. I was right. I
It
was
was
right.
that,
I was
that
right.
bluish silver.
Was it a clown shoe that
No, it's a regular C3
It was
roadster.
convertible. It was the very
Okay.
first time that it came.
he had? Are we ready for the next pick?
Oh yeah, go get it.
I'll pick.
Outside fridge pick.
But yeah, the one where he
Outside
drove a BMW as the hero car, that was a Z8.
What was
Well,
that?
that was
was,
it.
uh,
That was
What-
the hero
what-
car in that
what
one.
movie was it that he did the Z3?
GoldenEye.
Oh, was Golden?
He drove that in one scene or something like that, but he actually drove the DB5 at the beginning of the movie. Like, that was his car that
I
he
still
was
like when
driving.
he had the Vanquish.
Yes.
But yeah, the other one, what was
God
it?
damn, we're gonna fight over this. We're gonna fight off screen. Me and you, locker box
what
in the
was
backyard.
the fucking movie? Was it Die Another Day or something like
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Where he had the Z8 that
Yeah.
turned invisible.
Yeah.
He also had an M5 at one point.
Yep.
In the beginning of one of the movies, he had an M5 that he could drive using his
That,
smartphone.
yeah, that was Die Another Day.
Die Another Day, yeah.
Well, and it wasn't. It was the stylus.
Yeah,
on the
he had a
fucking-
stylus with
on
a
his
little
PDA.
touch, a
His
PDA.
The
With the
crackberry.
yeah, with
If
the
that's what it was, it was a
yep.
crackberry.
It was a crackberry.
Yep, with the stylus doing
And he
all
was
that.
driving it with that.
Yep. That game sucked.
I
But GoldenEye.
loved that car.
GoldenEye.
To be honest,
that
though,
was a
the
great
coolest
game.
M5 to hit a movie, a transporter.
Because that was an
Oh,
E34 M5.
yeah,
I
yeah.
know you're only having a little, so I grabbed
That
three.
was an E34
And I
M5 that he had.
Grab the pineapple because that one freaking Modelo.
Oh,
No, you're gonna.
Oh, sorry.
That's you. Why'd you let go?
I was thinking that one
Alright.
Modelo that we had, that was amazing, and that was pineapple. I bought one, by the way, and Paige took it from me.
Of course she
drank
did.
She drank the whole thing.
Oh,
she was
I
like,
can
"This is
smell
beer."
that from here.
I can't smell nothing.
When you just cracked that open, I could smell that from here.
Whew.
It smells like straight on pineapple juice.
Will this compare to the Modelo? That
So-
Modelo set a standard
so
for
this
me.
is Aldi beer.
This is.
Wow, that is clear.
No, it wasn't.
No, I
Aldi
don't
beer.
think this is
No,
Aldi's beer.
Because I would have seen this.
Lockett's Tropical Pineapple. I don't believe this is an Aldi's beer.
That is
I don't
clear.
remember where I bought this from.
It is very clear.
Yeah, it's not Aldi. Because I would have found this while at Aldi.
That smells like pineapple candies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the thing. It smells like pineapple.
Woo!
Not lifesavers.
Yes.
The pineapple
Oh,
lifesavers.
right. That might be too sweet for me.
Well, we'll find out.
Let's find out.
Smells like it might be. We'll see on the taste. Smells always deceiving.
Sláinte, kids.
Oh,
Oh, that's delicious.
that's interesting.
It's
I
not
like
too
that.
sweet. It's not too sweet.
No, very pineapple juicy.
Yeah,
But it's
I mean, there's a
definitely
little
the
bit of
taste of
sweet,
pineapple
but
candy.
The smell throws you off.
That smell is straight
Lifesavers.
lifesavers. Yeah, that is. Oh. That's
It
good.
definitely has that taste, though.
Oh yeah, no, it tastes like it too, but
Pretty
it's.
So Dan mentioned the European license plate database, and basically that is government run and government information. I read something else this week about kind of governments and stuff like that that just absolutely frightens the ever living shit out of me. Australia has now set up a thing where people can send in their dash cam videos and essentially rat out other drivers, and those drivers will get sent fines in the mail.
Oh, a lot of places actually do that, though.
Well, no. Australia's like taking this up.
It's like they're
Basically,
mandating
they're
it?
turning over their traffic enforcement to freaking everyday citizens. They're getting everyday citizens to rat on one another.
Well,
Look, I like.
so
the
I
fact
have
that
a
they
question
dash
about
cam,
that
but
then.
I wouldn't do that, man.
Do they have in their constitution a similar wording to ours where it's I have the right to face my accuser?
I have no idea.
We're going into a McDonald's parking lot, Dan. We're fucking fighting. Let's go. I'm stripping naked though. You gonna fight me?
Can we both do it naked? That'd be the most uncomfortable.
I-
You guys
experience
keep
ever.
that. You just keep that shit to yourself.
At
over
that
there.
point, I give you
Here's
20
why I
bucks.
asked.
We're going to Australia, baby.
In this country, I have the right to face my accuser,
Yeah.
which is actually a great defense for any of those red light cameras or anything like that.
Oh yeah. That's why they pulled them out of Denell and they got their ass kicked.
I
And
wish
Brooksville.
to face my accuser, please bring the camera in and put it on the bench.
Yeah.
Well, we can't do that. Okay, then you're violating my right to face my accuser. The camera cannot accuse me of anything.
Well,
Thank
like
you,
I,
have
like
a
I,
nice
like I
day.
said,
Australia's probably like.
Aussie's Constitution. I mean, you saw what they
British
did.
colony.
They probably.
Not to get off on a rant, but you saw what they did to people during COVID.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
but
I saw what
they-
they did to people that own guns.
They
so-
No.
probably also send in a fucking kangaroo into the courtroom, and you're probably like, nope, I'll pay the fine. Pay the fine. I'll pay the fine.
I'll fight a kangaroo.
Well,
Let's
it's like
do this.
I will-
No, that's
Dan, if I talk about that, I'll get off on a rant, so we won't do that.
that's
But
like one
it
of the
did
big
remind
things
me
I
of a
see,
short
though.
film that I saw that was surprisingly filmed in Australia called Utopia. Frightening as
Zootopia?
hell.
That's a really
Just-
good
no,
movie.
Utopia.
Oh.
Frightening as hell. It's a little short film on YouTube called Utopia, and it is frightening as hell. And it actually reminded me of a
1984?
a German film called The Lives of Others. But yeah, like I said, I read about that yesterday, and I was just like, oh, holy hell, no.
It's one of those things. Like I can imagine all of you get on being an avid dash cam watcher.
Mhm.
You see, like half the time, these people will see something happen on dash cam, and the little subtext says, "Reported it to my local police department." Like, you're gonna get those type of people in
Yeah.
Australia that literally, when they go for a drive, they might not even be going for a drive. They might just be going to look for infractions and playing traffic cop.
Yeah, exactly. You'll get people that will be reporting other people maliciously. Or worse yet, you will get people that will goad somebody into road raging, and then they will draw back, film the road rage, and send it in.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, it's like
Like, the only time you should, like, I reported it to my local police is if it was, a major crash and
Yeah.
there was no safe way to turn around, you
No,
can do it, then it's
These
one of those,
people will
hey,
have somebody
here you go.
cut them off and be like, reported it to CHP in California. Hopefully they get fines.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah, but you know what I'm talking
the
about.
potential,
like,
the,
it's one
the
of those
potential
if
for
there
abuse
was-
in a scheme like that is
Massive.
freaking scary.
Massive. And could you imagine having that in this country? Not even.
Oh, no.
Not even particularly this country, this state.
Oh no, especially here in Florida, there is a phrase for that: snitches get stitches. That's all I'm gonna
I
say.
don't know if you've seen the one going around Facebook. Go ahead. Sorry.
This actually has
shouldn't even
sparked
talk
something
about
I've been wanting to bring up about this. It's sort of car related. You know, over in the UK, they started instituting those ULEV camera zones.
the speed cameras.
Not the
Not
speed,
speed
cameras,
cameras.
the ULEV cameras, the
Ultra low emissions
vehicle.
zone.
Ah.
right? So what they're doing is they've got these cameras set up at different zones.
So like,
So
yeah,
if you
that's
cross,
like for like London.
if you
and,
drive
yeah.
from one
Yep.
neighborhood to another, you have to pay a tax.
Yep.
Or if your car is older or doesn't meet a certain emissions target, then as soon as you go from zone to zone, if you drive from a regular zone into a ULEV zone
Yeah,
with
like
an older
like
vehicle,
London, yeah.
you have to pay a fee or a tax every time you drive through there.
Right. So what I
So
found
somebody
out,
could conceively have to drive through 2 ULEV zones to get to work with an older vehicle, and
it's costing them 40 pounds a day to go
and
to
because
work.
they can't afford a newer vehicle, not because they want to drive the older vehicle.
Right.
they just can't
They
afford.
literally can afford it.
What I found on TikTok is there's this guy.
It's
giving-
guys.
Yeah, but there's multiple people doing this, but this one guy in particular is giving very specific instructions on what you should never do to these ULEV cameras. For example, you should never use a blowtorch to try and clean the lens on a ULEV camera because it'll ruin it. You should never use a T40 screw remover on the T40 screw that holds the bracket at the top of the camera
This might fall off. or
Because
because
something,
it would
right?
fall off.
Yeah.
You should never cut the power wire going up to that ULEV camera because it would disable the camera.
I forgot.
love it.
That's
I
like.
forgot
did
what-
you,
I
did you
for-
know that?
And I love
street-
that because that is so
Well, no,
America.
It
Did
goes.
you know that street signs in some parts of Canada are held on with T8s in
So-
North America?
So, but also too, there's another group, and I forgot what these guys call themselves. They just flat go out and destroy these things.
Oh yeah, they dress up. Yeah, and they just.
They
full
dress up in
baseball
black.
bats,
They
just-
will go up. They'll spray
They'll
paint lenses.
wave first, spray it, and then fucking whack
Or
the
what's
shit
even
out of it.
funnier is you'll watch guys go up and they will have like M18 Milwaukee chainsaws and Milwaukee angle
Yes.
grinders and shit like that. No, and they will literally just walk up to a ULEV camera on a street corner, not even like being sneaky. They just dressed in black, nonchalantly walk up to one, whack that bitch down in the middle, and people are walking by, and nobody says a thing to them.
That's what's
Because
happening
everybody
with
hates them.
sound cameras too.
Yeah,
Same
but,
kind of
but
things
that's
that
what these
happen.
guys are doing, and these guys are just going. And when you see the videos on these, the comments section, there's so many comments that are from Americans going, "Rock on, my patriotic brothers."
That's where we got that streak from. Like, we didn't realize that we got that streak from them, but that's actually where we got our rebellious streak from, is from Mom and Dad.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said,
And then we finally realized Mom and Dad is cool.
Right.
We hit our 30s.
Like, I'm proud. I am proud to say that's something I would aspire to. If I lived over there, I would be doing the same thing.
and then they've got like mobile ULEZ cameras and mobile speed cameras and vans and stuff like that.
Oh, and it's a
And what other
shame
guy-
that their tires get flat all the
And
time.
what other people are doing is they will take their big box trucks and parallel park right in front of those bitches and hold a sign out. ULEV camera.
Yep.
That's fantastic.
And there was another guy, because apparently Amazon Amazon through all of their accounting and everything doesn't pay taxes in the UK. So what one guy did is he put on a high visibility vest, and he printed out a registration tag for one of Jeff Bezos' vehicles, and got on his bicycle and kept riding past the speed camera until the lights clicked off, and basically kept sending traffic tickets to Jeff Bezos.
That's
There was
fantastic.
a
Genius.
group of
That's
kids over
fantastic.
there that there was a mobile speed camera van. They took the registration plate off the back of that van and proceeded to speed past the van with it on their car multiple times sending tickets to that speed camera van
Oi,
over and over
Inspector,
again.
why has the red van got a bloody fine against it 10 times?
England,
It's
England, not Scotland, there, buddy.
This is BBC Three.
Close enough.
This is BBC 3 reporting it.
Yeah, I keep forgetting what those guys that were chopping down the ULEZ cameras still called themselves, but it was fun.
Oh,
it's
it's
great.
great. It was amazing.
Like I
I've
said,
seen
yeah,
some
all of a
them,
sudden
but
you-
I've seen them do it to the speed cameras too.
But like these guys were specifically targeting the ULEZ cameras because that just affects everybody. And it really screws over poor people. and it's funny because like they don't even hide the fact that they hide their identities and their faces, of course, but they don't hide what they're doing.
Yeah,
right.
And they don't wait until nobody else is around. They will
They do it in broad daylight.
They will do it in broad daylight or in heavy rush hour traffic, right in the middle when that camera's flashing off and getting all kinds of license plates. You'll just see these guys just nonchalantly walk out, fire, clunk,
Well,
and just
and-
calmly
But
walk
it's
away.
one of those,
I think-
I've seen some of those, and it's almost like, and I've seen some to where police were nearby, and it's almost like stuff in Japan, to where the lights go on, and they're like, "Please, don't do that."
right.
And they walk
hey,
up.
you stop
Stop.
that.
And
It's-
that's how it
it's-
is in Japan. They're like, "Please, please, please. How you doing, sir? Please just stop
It's like
stepping in
one
the
of
middle of
those,
the road.
it-
Thank you,
it's-
thank you,
it's
thank
not
you."
my chair, not my problem.
Yeah,
Right.
like
Kind of thing.
Well, and it's why they've never tried to really install like speed cameras in America. What would we do?
Destroy them.
We would destroy them instantly.
Or you just take your number plate off.
Well, I mean, look at what we do on the tollway. So many people get caught with like the magnetic lead.
So, the reason why the Expedition has a temporary tag on it was because when we were doing final paperwork, we got called in and they're like, yeah, we can't transfer the tag over. And we're like, why can't you? Because I had $1.50 toll thing that I apparently never got a bill for, never paid.
So
$1.50.
well,
So we could not transfer tag over, so that's why we had to spend an extra $2 to get a.
fun
thing
tip.
over.
Tier list updated.
Fun tip of the day: if you're traveling in Hungary and the person behind you is traveling kind of close, and you kind of slap your brakes a little bit, not a brake check, but just to, close the gap between the person behind you, and you go under a toll camera, your car will not get a picture taken of it, but the car behind you will. Only in Hungary, though.
Yeah,
And
I bet it happens in Mexico too.
a lot of people, including people I directly know,
Blade
have,
runners.
have used this method many times and avoided many of said toll charges to your toll card that you may own in your possession.
Blade
and
runners.
it does in fact work for the past
That's what they call themselves.
5,
Yeah.
6 years.
Yeah, those guys I was talking about, they call themselves the Blade Runners.
Oh yeah, I know a guy. Like he drives a car like it's
No, that's what the
The US
yeah,
camera guys.
Yeah, well, no. This guy, he drives in Hungary, right? And he's got a car, and like when somebody gets close behind him in a toll zone, he rapidly slows down to the point where they get really, really close to him, and then they proceed through the toll zone, and then he does not get a toll notification to his toll card. And it is a very effective measure for people going through camera toll zones.
In Hungary.
In
Only
Hungary.
works in Hungary, though.
Only. Well, sometimes in Belgium, depends though. Germany, not so much. A little more sticklers there. But.
Yeah, they got extra technology.
Although, from what I understand, though, Poland, the Texas of, Central Europe,
Mhm.
their vehicle registration and modification are actually harsher than German CUV
Very
system.
bad.
Really?
Yeah, like it is possible to modify a car in Poland, but it is a lot more difficult than it is even in Germany for the tube scheme.
Oh, speaking of actually legitimately speaking of other country kind of stuff, I briefly mentioned it, but I want to throw it out there, especially for anybody watching too. I can't remember the type of Volvo, but you guys need to go seek out the channel. The guy's got a Volvo, I want to say it's a 240, platformed on a Lamborghini Huracan chassis
Nice.
with custom tube chassis bits, Huracan chassis bits molded in, mid-engine V10, in a Volvo 240, all-wheel drive, and then was like, that's not enough. We're gonna throw a couple of 88mm turbos on it.
I mean, that's one way to avoid the insurance premiums on a Lamborghini.
It is.
But like,
True.
a dude's in Sweden, I'm pretty sure. Speaks really good English. Amazing YouTube channel. Can't remember the name. I have to look it up. I'm sorry, but switchable all-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive too. And literally, like, dude did like what we would have done. He got it running, drove it around his yard, and said, "To the drag strip we go." He took it straight to the drag strip, and was running 6.3s in the 8th. So
Still
that's
respectable.
about a 9.
That's a 930, 940,
That's what I was
950.
9.4, 9.5 in the quarter, and that's not tuned.
Sorry, Chris stemmed. What?
Yeah, Chris.
Speaking of drag strips,
Yeah.
Hopefully at
What-
the end of October.
1/8 mile continuous pour concrete.
I'm bringing my Mazda CX-5, baby. I am. I'm gonna
I'm
run
taking
it.
the Ranger.
I really want.
There's a part of me that wants to take the Ultima.
I really
it.
want a tuned.
We-
I really want a tuned fucking Expedition.
No,
because-
you gotta bring it stock. We're all coming.
Yeah, get a baseline first.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
no, no, no.
I really want to throw a tune fucking on that.
No,
Like
no,
bone
no.
stock, just throw a fucking tune on it and.
no,
baseline.
no.
I'm gonna run the Ranger bone stock
Hey,
based on a
hey,
baseline.
I'm running
Three-
the CX-5, 185 horsepower, baby.
380, 480 torque. That bitch moves. Open diff though. Open
Brian's
diff.
gonna beat
315
all of
open
us.
Well,
diff though.
so
Brian-
that's
No,
gonna
no,
be a
no,
fun
no,
showdown.
You got
no,
the your 4-wheel drive,
Because
so you
on
got the
paper-
373s.
On paper, like you've got more horsepower.
Yeah, but no. What's your rear gear? You're 373.
I don't know. I'd have to look it up.
Well, if you're
I've never looked it up.
You're 4-wheel drive, right?
Yeah.
So you should have the limited. You should have the limited slip 373.
So I have the electronic lock-in.
Yep, locking. Yep,
So I can
Open
lock
diff.
the diff.
open diff 315.
Right.
But I have.
But you have the
100 more-
3.5 V6.
I have 100 more horsepower.
It's
and
potential-
How much more torque though?
It's potential that his is going to 60 foot harder. Yours might do a little more mile an hour.
Well, it depends on if you're going to launch in 4-wheel drive or not.
And the
I'll
long
have
short
to
of it
try
is,
it.
everybody, we have a drag strip very close to us that's getting ready to open.
It's
Yes.
an 8th mile, and everybody's like, "I can't believe they didn't do quarter mile." It's like,
so what?
it's like, listen. I love quarter mile, but
Every street race in Mexico is an 8th mile.
yeah, it's not really a quarter mile. And also, what is the part that you have to like improve the most?
60
The
foot.
reaction time in 60 foot.
Yep.
So even if it was only a 330 foot fucking section to do, you're still doing your reaction, your 60 foot. Like that's what you need to improve. Not like once you get past the 8th, the car's already doing its thing.
Yeah, so
Car's already doing a thing. You
we-
might
we
have
gotta
one
do-
gear you need to go through.
we got to
but-
do the slow cars first.
Oh fuck yeah!
And then we got to bring the other cars out. And hopefully by then I'll have my boost leak fixed
No,
too.
at this point I need to do a couple. I need to send in data logs for the car because I've been dealing with problems of stalling and all that. So I need to deal with that.
Yeah, I have no boost. Well, some
No,
boost.
no. I
stalled
stalled 4 times today, just going to the gas station.
I
So,
literally
I need to figure out
manually
that
just
shit.
like drop my legs sometimes.
Put
on
a fuel
street light
filter
just
in
to
it.
stall out.
Put a fuel filter in it.
Not a standard
No,
fuel
no,
filter.
no. It's something with the tune. It needs to be revised, so I need to do a data log, send it off, and.
But anyway,
figure out
that's
that.
coming, and that's going to be a thing.
Yeah, and like I said, it is a
Definitely.
continuous pour 8th mile concrete.
It's going to be nice.
Because I can put the stock tune in.
But it's creeping to that time, and I think it's time for the Cars and Bids car.
Oh, actually, there was one more
Oh,
thing that I read
that's
that's
fine.
sort of scary as
Oh
well.
yeah, no. Did we talk about the thing that you have to deal with? The shifter cable.
No, not really.
But as I
That
was
is a
going
thing.
to pee, I
Yeah.
saw the drive posted about it, so it's a thing.
Mazda 3 2.5 Sky Actives and the Mazda Speed 2.3 is in danger from a discontinued shifter cable that tends to fail.
And that will leave all those manuals
Rendered useless, basically. Not even like, oh, you can power shift it, bro.
Nope, there's
nothing
No,
it'll
you
do.
freaking can't.
No, because you now have
You have a shifter that does
Bluetooth.
nothing.
You have Bluetooth
Yeah.
shifter.
Your transmission and clutch and all that is still good. You just cannot
Select the
But-
gear.
select a gear.
Thank the merry car lords, Jesus and them, that we're here, because I can knock on wood. I'm at 165,000 miles, and my shifter works beautifully.
It's gonna go out tomorrow.
we're gonna get a call in 35 minutes going, hey guys.
Can somebody give me a ride home?
Just make sure you get
On
stuck
the-
in
on
at
the-
least fourth gear. You can kind of move it at that point.
On the plus side, it's a lot closer to get you home now.
yeah.
True.
And
Yeah,
we
I-
have 2 tow rigs.
See, I had that happen once in one of my cars where the shifter Lincoln failed and they got stuck in second gear, and I was down here,
Well,
and
at
I lived
least-
in Denellen.
Well, at least second gear is better than nothing.
It was my Mazda MX-3. Second gear got up to about 48 miles an hour.
Well, that's better than that's also better.
The
That's
car
better than
had
it being
100
in-
horsepower.
It's-
Hey, you know, going from a stop with 100 horsepower does
That's better than
in second gear,
Imagine if he was stuck in fourth gear.
it wouldn't
Just-
move.
exactly.
Hit the clutch, it'll be
It's-
fine.
it's-
Hey, it's better than driving Nike.
fair enough. Anyway,
Lamborghinis.
No, I read a thing where car repossessions are up 23% over last year.
Uh-huh.
it's not surprising.
Well, it's not surprising, but a lot of those cars are going to be cars that were bought during pandemic price spikes.
Well, yeah, half of them are freaking Kia Optimas, and the other half are Dodge Charger 392s.
Well, that's fine.
Well, and there's also 4.
There's a whole bunch of you
the,
know there's Altimas and Sentras in there too.
There's 4 Dodge Darts out there though that have got to be repossessed.
Oh, your Lincolns. Lincolns. Did you talk about that? Your brand new 2022, 2023 Lincolns that are still on the dealer lots?
Oh yeah, I saw a thing where apparently they're still like 3,300 or 33,000 2022 and 2023 Lincolns scattered on new car dealership lots across the country.
They still
Yeah.
sell Lincolns?
Yeah,
No, they don't.
I know. I know.
not all of
they
them.
don't. That's the
Not
problem.
all of them apparently.
You're telling me
If you
that
want one of the best used cars
rebadged
investment,
Fords with a $30,000 markup on them because they're a little bit softer inside aren't selling.
It's my super soft Ford.
hey,
Shocked.
You want one of the best investments? Get a 4-year-old Lincoln Navigator. The body style like our
Yep.
Expedition is. Get one of those. Brand new, 120,000. You
4 years old with 50,000 miles on it.
35.
28, 30.
No, 35.
Yeah.
35. Because trust me, we were looking at them. That was a little bit above ours, but 35. 35 with 50,000 miles on it, one owner, every single service record on it.
The problem is though, 2 years after that, it'll be worth 15
Yeah.
But it doesn't
because
matter.
Lincoln.
But
Because Lincoln.
well, no, it'll hold a bit more because it's the shared
That's why I
platform
said it'll
with-
be worth 15 instead of saying it'll be worth 10.
Well, that's the thing. You got with the Lincolns. That's the problem with Lincolns, right?
They depreciate worse than
They depreciate
Lincoln
that
themselves.
fast because when they hit that certain age and stuff starts breaking,
the parts aren't there.
just forget about fixing it. You ain't fixing it. You know that really nice like your power seat goes
yeah.
out. Congratulations, that seat's in whatever position it was
Forever.
forever.
So the Mustang seat is in that position too because the front and back still works, but for the S187s it was always the up and down,
Uh-huh.
and it that went out like 4 fucking years ago. It was perfect for Sabrina where it was at. Me, no, it sucks. I literally have to when I'm pulling up to something, I have to go like this because it is
We
all
need
the
to
way
get
down.
in there and see if we can fix that
No,
for you.
$45 LMR for an actual Ford tooling for it because Ford put it out because they're like, hey, we're not doing a recall, but just shit breaks. Here you go, $45. You can fix it yourself. We have to pull out the whole fucking seat and redo the whole fucking gearing for it. But yeah,
it's not a big deal.
I know, but it's
Most kids have to hike themselves on the steering wheel when they take
no
one
seriously.
car.
When
Yeah.
I pull in, I have to do that. I have to.
As I said, most kids have to hike themselves on the steering wheel when they take
Sabrina's
mom's car.
like, I never saw a problem. I'm like, yeah, because you're 3 inches fucking taller than me. I'm like, I'm literally going, am I gonna hit the car in front of me?
Just get a pillow.
I have.
Like a
Booster
lot of
seat.
old ladies do.
Mom does that. Mom has a mom's on. It's on her license that she has to have a pillow behind her.
On my way home, I normally sit on my fucking lunchbox. I'm normally sitting on my Daryl Hurt lunchbox so I can see in when I pull in. Not joking.
Somebody get this kid a stack of phone books.
Right?
Then I can't reach the
And a wood
pedals.
block to put on the pedal.
That's the one good thing about the Expedition. The pedals move back
They're
and forth.
adjustable.
They're adjustable pedals.
All right, you got to hit me with a car seat.
All right,
It's
yeah,
hard
Let's get
now.
the
Oh,
cars
I-
in bid.
That's why I missed the focus. Like that was perfect. That car was perfect, and I could move
Alright.
the seat forward, and I didn't look that short because the pillar was farther forward. This one,
Oh, okay.
I'm out the window with my cigarette, and I'm at the fucking side
Fuel
mirror.
injection.
Oh, I see a 3.8.
I do too.
No,
I
you
see.
do not.
Oh, I see, okay.
Nice, an impaler.
Oh, and it's in the best color.
Vlad.
Best color. Now, is this an actual 96?
Yes, this is a 1996 Chevy Impala SS. It has
So
17. It has 17,100 miles.
Wow.
LT1 V8 powered dark cherry metallic, and it is mostly unmodified.
So the
Love
thing
that color.
is, if you're going for this body Impala, which is one of my favorites,
The
I
best.
absolutely love this. You go for a 96.
Other
The
than-
reason why 96 is the only year
That's
that is
OBD2.
well, no, center shifter.
Yeah.
94, 95
Column
shifter. Everybody is able to take the Caprice and make it look like an Impala SS because of the column shifter.
Well, the other thing that they have to do to it is the Caprice has a different back window than the Impala. So what people will do is they will pop out the Caprice glass and they will Bondo in the
Yep.
shape and then stick, and they will just buy.
Yeah, so it's one of those, if you're going for one,
Look at
96. 96
I
is
wanna
what
say-
you want. But also that color is
Oh,
the
that color's the
perfect color for that body.
I want to say like it's the late '60s Impalas I'm thinking of, and then these Impalas are my two favorite
No,
Impalas in
19
existence.
1958
Yeah, the
Impala.
bubble top Impalas.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
62,
early,
63.
Early '60s. Yes.
Yep,
those
no.
Impalas.
Yeah, the
and
bubble
these
tops.
Impalas
No.
are the
No.
best Impalas ever
1958,
No,
1958
I disagree.
Impala.
The
and then-
68 Impala is the best Impala ever made.
Oh, that is a good one.
That's the best one. That's baby.
made. See, I think I'm thinking of that one too.
Oh, yeah. Supernatural. He's in
Yeah,
it.
no, I know that's now. Okay, so I was thinking, I do love the bubble
Now
top
it's 68
though.
specifically because 67 had the
Yep.
tri-tail lights, and
I know, but he
69
got me going
had
to
a
the
different
bubble
tail
top.
light
I was,
as
I was
well.
thinking about the Supernatural Impala, but then he got me going the bubble top too.
69
Yeah,
had
but what
stand-up
about
tail
the
lights,
what
didn't
about
it?
the Crusher Camaro? The Crusher Impala.
Anyway,
Anyway, so this 1996 Impala.
it's beautiful, and look at the color. I freaking love it. My friend John has got one this color.
I
It-
love the body line on the rear bumper. That there's a
Goes
body
up.
line going across, and then it gets to the fender, and it's like,
Mm.
nah, never mind.
But
If
those
you've
wheels.
never met this
Hold
guy,
on, can we let Brian talk his stuff
No.
because he's trying so hard.
Not really. No.
Go ahead,
actually.
Brian.
So anyway, SS Preferred Equipment Group 1, which is 6-way power
Yep.
seat, auto day night, rear view mirror, blah 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 blah. 17-inch wheels, limited slip axle, heavy duty
Wheels
cooling system,
are-
stainless steel exhaust, rear deck lid spoiler, leather, AC, AM, FM cassette stereo with cruise control. The one modification it has is tinted windows.
Yep.
It has some stone chips around the interiors and tears on the pad under the hood.
God, oh,
The Carfax report shows some gaps in history, but no accidents or any incidents to do with the car.
I love these cars. My favorite color. Everybody always wants the black ones. This purple is my absolute favorite, and then this, and then that bluish green.
Didn't you say it's got like
17,100
yeah,
miles.
but you know
And
that bluish
this-
green
the-
I'm
this
talking
pr-
about?
this
Yeah,
car
no,
was-
no,
this
my
car
friend
was
John's
owned by the
got one
same-
that color
Yeah.
too.
This car was owned by this seller from October 2022.
So there's a dude up in.
It includes both
Yeah,
keys.
no, I know exactly
Yeah,
what you're
yeah,
talking about.
yeah.
It
you know what I'm
includes
talking
both keys, owner's manual, window sticker, and the factory tires from 1996. Not on the car. It has
Yeah.
new tires on the car, but the original tires
But
are
no,
included
but
with the
that-
car.
I bet you if he was here right now, he'd spit out the exact
So-
number for this
So
car. 'cause
you
he's
know what
nuts
the
about
greatest
them.
thing was is when it comes around to the body pictures again, and that where is the fuel cap?
What do you mean the fuel cap?
Wait for the body pictures. Where are the body pictures? Come on, go around to the body pictures. But no,
Yeah,
these,
no,
these,
I know. That's why I'm asking. Like, what do you?
the fuel fillers behind the license plates.
Yeah,
know.
Like 70s cars were.
Yeah, they
I know.
did that. So if you look at the actual the the gas tank underneath,
there-
you'll
there-
see it. It
There's
goes
a
right
guy
behind
who
it.
lives up in Crystal River. I've known him since my O'Reilly
He's the one that
days.
goes to Cards and Coffee that has that bluish green one.
He's got a
That-
bluish green one. He's got
Yeah,
one this
purple
color.
color.
He's got a black one, and he's got a silver or a tan one as well.
I
Yeah.
see it all the time.
He's an Impala nerd. The bluish green one's his daily.
Oh yeah, and that
the
thing's
the one
off.
he's got this color is got like a fully built motor in it, and then I think his tan one is like a beater or whatever.
Yeah,
but-
Jane still says that
He's a
he
pigeon guy.
he
He's a pigeon guy.
absolutely
He's one of the pigeon
hates
people.
that he sold his. Because Jane had one for a bit, and that was his dream car, and then he sold it, and
The problem
his-
with
that's
this
his
car,
kicker.
Yeah, well, Jan changed car like the rest of us change underwear.
I know.
the problem I'm having now is like me knowing him for so long and his nerdiness he's bled on to me. I'm thinking of a very big inflated number for this car.
Oh, I
That's
got
my
it.
problem because
got a
like I
number
know
right
like
now.
it's something like he would be like, oh, I dropped that on this.
So
And,
what are you
like,
doing?
Yeah, but you know that thing's living that OptiSpark life.
Not for nothing. I'm thinking like $18,000 to $20,000.
What's your
Throw
price?
up a number.
Yep.
And I'll throw. I'll go a little low then. I'll do a 17.2.
25.
31.
$25,250.
Nice. Good job, Mike.
Fuck yeah!
Good job. See, that's what
I would pay
Nice.
pay that.
He
pay that.
He would have too.
Yeah, there was
That is-
there was a total. Like I said, I'm only usually picking about 20 pictures. I try to get.
So see right there from the thing,
Look
it goes
at
right behind your.
Now, 'cause normally when I do these, I try to get like 5 pics of the exterior, 5 pics of the
Yeah.
interior, 5 pics of the engine, 5 pics of the chassis. And if I can't find like 5 engine and 5, then I'll look at some of the papers they have with it. So I usually pick 20 pics, but this one had 103 pictures of the car.
That's
Now, what's
Uh-huh.
crazy about that is you have to think that car was $24,000 brand new
Mm-hmm.
in 1995.
Well, you gotta think, what's the inflation on that?
I'm
and
doing
it
it right now.
sold for that
Oh.
same price, which means that car has still depreciated in value by
Slightly.
quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Hold
But
on.
quite a bit.
So-
About 100%.
So what was the price again?
The original price on the
Yeah.
sticker.
1990
It was
what?
24, 25 roughly.
24
You
something.
said 96.
Yeah. So 96. So
Let's do 24.
yeah. And it sold for 25.
Where's that retail sticker?
That's $48,000 now.
Yeah. So half, basically half.
It's depreciated
Yeah.
by 50% easy.
Well, it was funny. Like earlier today,
But still, that's not a bad buy. That's not a bad buy.
Ed and I were looking at Bring a Trailer, and there was a 70s Cadillac Eldorado Biarritz,
Oh yeah, the whole.
Astra roof, all that, and the price it was going for, I don't even remember now, but Ed's like, well, you got to think with modern inflation, it's like about $82,000, and I'm like, whatever. So it was like maybe 2 hours on Bring a Trailer left, whatever the price the car was, and I punched it in, and it was $82,000
Yeah.
for the inflation. And I looked at him, he's like, I'm good with numbers. And I'm like, okay, Ed, thanks. They nailed it perfectly.
Yeah. No,
But-
but I would buy that car.
Gorgeous car.
Like that
yeah.
is.
That's a show winner. That's a
well,
fantastic
it's
car
not
to
even
drive.
with that. It's not even with
That's
that.
all
it's-
around a
it's-
great car. Cheap
like-
to maintain, cheap to insure.
Yeah, I'm a Ford person, all that, but that body style of Impala, I have always loved. That has a like.
Well, that car was really the brainchild of Tim Allen.
Yeah,
Well,
but that has a nostalgic spot. Like in my heart, I see those and I go, I want that.
See, that's
I
the weird
want
thing
that.
for me. As much as I do love those cars, and I would definitely love to have one,
You want a Roadmaster?
I want a Roadmaster.
A road smasher.
I want a
I know,
Roadmaster
yep,
wagon.
Yep. So you can fit 8 people with 2 of them looking at the cars behind you, going.
Exactly.
Well, the
You
thing
can do that with the Taurus wagon too.
Well, that's
I know, but it's
that
not
is
a
the one.
Roadmaster.
all the way up until 03.
That is
The-
the one.
well-
That is the one let down of your Expedition.
Yeah, you can.
Is that the rear seat?
Well,
space
that's
bar?
probably the good thing. That's probably the
depending on
good
your
thing.
depending on your
the,
perspective.
The main thing about that car is that if all y'all are like getting that there, that's the car.
yeah.
That generation, there was no other Impala.
Right.
You got the Impala SS for those
That
short,
was
like,
actually
I
a
think
Capri.
2-3 years maybe.
94, 95,
There,
96.
there was no base model with
Nope.
a V6,
It was
nothing
a-
like
it was
that.
a- it was the
that
Capri.
was the
You had
only
a Capri all the
Impala
way up,
Right.
and then
of
it
that
was
generation.
You
Yeah.
walked onto the lot and said, I'd like an Impala, and they went, there it is.
Yep.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
it's the
can you
Impala
show me
SS.
the different trim levels?
Nope, it's the
Here's
Impala
a
SS.
Capri. Here's a Capri.
No,
Over here.
There it is,
That's
right
it.
there. We've got
Exactly.
it in silver, we've got it in
Which-
black, and we've got it in purple.
Not for nothing.
What do you
That's
want?
that's a very unique thing,
Yeah.
especially in the American.
Because
car-
besides that, the last time
you
there
know,
was an Impala, besides 94, I think it was 85, 6.
They had them in the early 80s.
Yeah, it was early 80s,
Squares.
but then it stopped.
Yeah.
86,
And then just
I
went
think
straight
86
back
was
to the
that.
Malibu, and then it
And then
was...
once it's just the Impala SS, and I think it's like 94 to
94?
97?
No, it was
96?
94, 95, 96. So 94,
Is that
90,
94 to 96?
94,
Okay.
95 had the column
And that's
shift.
that era.
Yep, 94, 95 had a column
And then
shift.
96 had a
was
floor.
yep.
And
that was the
96
only
was
floor.
also an OBD2 car.
Just
Yep.
like your Crown
Yep.
Vics in the late days and everything.
Only if you got a sport mode.
Only,
Or
Oh,
Mercury
yeah.
Marauder. Only the
Or
LX Sport or the
Marauder.
Mercury Marauder
or
had floor shift.
or a Grand Marquis with a what package was
Marauder.
it? No, there's another one.
LSC.
Thank you. There's another
LSC was Lincoln Sport Coupe.
No,
That was Mark
no,
7 and Mark
I don't
8.
fucking know. I'm throwing out.
No,
things.
no. That's another conversation. Mercury Grand Marquis, not Marauder, had floor shifter. No, Crown Vic.
I was
It
gonna
was
say,
a crap-
yeah, that was the
Sport.
LX Sport.
LX Sport. It had everything that a Marauder had except
Except
the
the
motor.
engine.
Crown Vic. Okay.
Yeah, Crown. It was a
Had to
Crown
dig
Vic.
deep
it
It was a
and
Crown
finally
Vic's
found
LX
its
Sport.
there.
It was basically a
It had
P70.
the
It was
Marauder.
basically a P71 with a nice interior and a floor shifter.
But it had
Yep,
floor
355 Liberty slip.
like I said, I had to
floor
go back in the
shifter.
filing cabinets up here. Anyway, hello everyone.
We-
We're
we-
Pints and Pistons.
We,
and
we tried
this
to tell
is-
you that many times.
I was here. I'm sorry. I was
no,
trying to
you
get-
weren't here.
You were somewhere. Here was not one of those wares.
I'm logging in the back somewhere. The Microsoft files have been corrupted.
you got lost in Windows 95.
Cloud Strike went nuts in his head.
Have a good night, everybody. We'll be back soon.
A couple weeks.
2 weeks.
Yep. 2 more weeks and we'll be back to annoy you again.
Hey, we're coming close to our 6-year anniversary, guys.
Are we really?
Yeah.
What have we done with our lives?
Got
This.
6 years
This-
older.
I was gonna say what Chris said.
It's
this.
been pretty great. I don't know about y'all, but I've really had a lot of fun. So anyways, guys, have a good night, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.
So yeah, sorry we buffered a lot.
Bye.